Hiya. Well, since I spoke to you last, I've been messing about fitting a few bits and bobs. I've got the Ruston off the chassis that it came on when I bought it. There's the chassis. It was on this old angle line, big old heavy stuff, but it wasn't suitable really. So I've got the Ruston sitting on the pallet truck on a couple of steel bars and some timber. It's a bit of a job getting it on there, but it's there anyway. I'm waiting for some new steel to make a new chassis, so at the moment I can't run her in case she falls off there. I've plumbed up the water system, and I've gone the opposite end with the pump because there's more room down here and it doesn't really matter which end. So there she is, coming out of there. The thermostat's in there. I've fitted a temperature gauge sender unit there. It's full of water now, so it's not leaking at the moment. There's newspaper around it. I splashed a bit of water about whilst I was doing it. So the water, when she's running and she heats up, that little baby will open and let the water down into the pump, and then the pump will cut in and send her off. And at the moment I've got it's just sitting there at the moment. I've just got it wired on there, but I'm going to make some brackets up. Put a gate valve there and another one there, so that I can switch it all off and leave the water in the engine, and then take this barrel off. This barrel's full of water, and that's sort of acting as a radiator at the moment. So when I run her, I can set the pump going and just keep an eye on it and just see what happens. The header tank I've put on here. I've still got to make brackets now. Everything is just sitting there at the moment. And that little darling, you can see the level there, and that goes in to top up the cooling system and also act as a expansion chamber. I've put a I'll put the lid on actually. I've put a breather there, a manual breather, so that, because it's a aluminium tank and there's no, that's just sealed, that lid is, there's no breather on it as such. So I fitted a breather here which I can operate manually, you know, just to, in case she does boil up, I need to release the pressure. I've got some funny little Chinese gadgets. What's this one? This one's the engine speed tachometer, which I'm going to fit the magnet to the flywheel and everything. And this one is the water temperature gauge. So I'm just going to put those on. They're only cheap little plastic things, but I'm going to make up a temporary control panel with everything on, and so that I can monitor what's happening. I've got I'm not sure if I showed you the two batteries that'll the starter motor is there at the moment. The starter motor used to be on this side, it was on this side, and the bracket which is there was welded to the old chassis. I'm going to reuse that bracket and weld it the other side, so I'm going to put the starter motor this side because that's actually the correct side anyway, this side, and there's more room here, so I'm not putting the water pump this side, so there's plenty of room there. The what else have I got? I showed you that one anyway. I've yet to do that. This is the oil cooler for the gearbox. That's another little job I'm working on at the moment. Water goes through there. I don't know if you can see through there. Let me show it up to the light and see what we've got. So we can't because there's a bit of rubber on the other end. But anyway, there's loads of holes in there, and the water goes through there and out the other end, and the oil goes in these two babies here. So it keeps the gearbox oil clean, and that will go through a tank, a skin tank on the hull of the boat to keep cool. And I've also got two beauties here which I've got to wire up, and they are the alternators. One in here, one in that box, and they're little darling things, and they're going to power up. One's going to power the batteries for the starting of the engine, and the other one's going to power up the leisure batteries for the boat. So still got quite a bit of work to do. I'm making up this is an old lawnmower fuel tank off of Dennis. That's an old Dennis engine there while we're on the subject. 650cc single. She's a beaut. But that's fuel tank, petrol tank off an old Dennis mower, and I'm just getting that ready to fit to here, because I want to be able to run this engine for some time, and just a funnel sitting on the top's no good really. So it'll basically be self-contained on a chassis, and be able to run for a length of time once I've got it all organised. So watch this space, and maybe next time I speak to you, you can watch her working. Okay, see ya.